For the past 20 years, I have seen Sak Yant tattoos, which are Thai traditional magical tattoos, blow up in popularity, and I'm pretty sure it has to deal with Angelina Jolie, because before Angelina Jolie, I don't remember Thai people talking about it as much, even though it's very common still, but like Angelina Jolie got hers, even the Thai people were talking about getting it, and Thai people now all know about the tattoos that she has because she made certain Yants completely popular. We'll get into that later though. First, I want to say thank you to Hope and Alex for just inspiring me to make this video. Otherwise, I could not be bothered. If you don't already know who I am, I go by Occult Towers on X, and I'm initiated into the Thai spiritual lineage under Wat Saliko Pilatalam, which was started by Ajahn Luang Pu Phuk, who is also a master of certain types of Yants. That being said, if you don't know what a Sak Yant is, a Sak Yant is a Southeast Asian traditional tattoo. So Sak Yant is just the Thai term for it. I don't know what the other terms are in the other countries. Sak Yant is what we call it in Thai. Sak is a tattoo. Yan is a yantra. So technically these all derive from Hindu yantras. I believe most Thai magic is adapted from Hindu practices, so I just wanted to put that out there. However, the script, the language that we use in Sak Yants are from Khom script. So it's ancient Khom. You can look that up, Khom. That is the primary language that we use in all of the Sak Yants. However, there's different variations like Lana, which is a later variation, and there's another variation that's not coming to mind right now, but we're going to keep moving forward. Anyways, Sak Yants are basically sacred magical tattoos that are blessings from gods, from spirits. They're also spells that are written on the body, protection, all sorts of magic. You can literally do all sorts of magic and sorcery with Sak Yants. However, every Sak Yant comes with a set of rules. If you want a Sak Yant, you have to have an entire ritual done. You can't just copy the image onto someone else's body and then expect it to work. It needs to be prayed over. It needs to be done the proper way. And it needs to also be done with someone who's initiated into the Thai spiritual traditions so that they have a direct line of access to that magic, that energy, that power, and they have the permission, not only from master teachers that are living, but who are dead. So if you want a Sak Yant, it's possible to also ask for invisible ink. Invisible ink is really popular as well. So a lot of people have invisible Sak Yants that you can't see unless they sweat. But then they also have Sak Yants that are done with black ink. Typically the black ink has more herbs, has more oils, has more stuff in it. The Ajahn might actually recommend the black ink. Maybe they won't even allow you to do the invisible ink. I don't know, but I think it all depends on the Sak Yant that you'd want to get. Sak Yants aren't just fashion and cutesy. Sak Yants are actually pacts with spirits, with deities, with entities. Every time you get this tattoo, there is a set of rules that you need to follow. If you don't follow them, you can get punished. If you don't follow them, the magic can literally slip off of your body or begin to degrade to the point where you need to go and get it renewed or refreshed or revamped, because it can actually start causing harm in and around your life if you do not follow the rules that you agreed to when you got the tattoo. Now that we have a basic understanding of Sak Yants, if you didn't already, we should just get straight into it. Angelina Jolie made this one Sak Yant so goddamn popular. I feel like it's such a basic B Sak Yant, but you know what? She made it popular because it was a good Sak Yant. It's a very great design. It's called Ha Tao, Sak Yan Ha Tao. So Ha Tao means 5 rows. These are 5 rows of blessings. The reason why this is popular outside of Angelina Jolie is because it covers 5 areas of your life that are enough to really make the average person successful, or just help ensure that they live a very good life, that they're happy, that they're set with money. What this Sak Yant is 5 sacred lines. Each row carries a different meaning. The first row of this is to protect you against evil, ward off bad fortune, unjust punishment, protects the place that you live in, it protects your health, your safety. The second one is to reverse dark curses, hexes, jinxes, black magic, but it's also used to counteract bad, malefic astrological conditions. So if you're born with a very harsh astrological condition, or if there is a transit that's coming, this Sak Yant is supposed to really help cushion the effects and intensity of those malefic transits. The last two rows are typically all about energizing your good luck, success, fortune, charisma, attraction, magnetism, success, victory. Those last 2 to 3 rows are all about like good stuff, attracting good things in your life, and also those good things protecting you. So these 5 rows all together are actually known to be very protective and also empowering. The next tattoo is on her right shoulder. This Sak Yant is called Chat Pet. So I think people also call it Gal Pet, but I'm familiar with it being called Chat Pet. And what that means is, I think it means like diamond shield or diamond barrier. The only word I'm unsure about is chat, but pet means diamond. So chat, I looked it up. I guess it means like umbrella. What I learned growing up was that lom is an umbrella. So what I assume it means is like a shield, a barrier. That's what chat is. Sak Yant Chat Pet is a diamond barrier or diamond armor. This tattoo is very similar to the Sak Yant Hatao, and the only difference is that it's interconnected and they have different letters, different spells, and also different purposes. They're very similar in the sense that they're like overall really good for your life and also overall protective, but this one in particular, the Chat Pet, is also great for business people. It's great for making money. Like, it's called diamond armor, but it's also to attract luck, money, wealth, virtue, and success in businesses. It's one that a lot of businessmen like to get, or a lot of people who manage businesses or have to deal with a lot of people like to get, because it really helps with their charm. It helps with just overall having good energy. It helps ward off bad energy and bad people. And so you would think that this one is great for protection, but it's actually great for money, for virtue, for wealth, all the good things that you want in life, but then on top of that with protection. So the Chat Pet is also known to create a diamond armor or shield or barrier around you if you recite the kata every single day. A kata is basically like a magical activation verse or a mantra or a chant that is used for a specific purpose, to activate things, to deactivate things. You get the point. Now we're going straight to her upper back. That yant is called Yan Putsan. This is a master yant. This is known to represent the 5 gods that inspire true belief and virtue in someone. So this is about, one, becoming more popular, more well-known, but also about like having mercy, having compassion. It's about spiritual evolution, growth. Absolutely amazing at bringing in great fortune, good luck, and all good things in your life. The one that is right under the Yan Putsan is the Yan Wihan Pat Chatsada. This one is really interesting because technically Achan Nu, her Achan that does all of her Yant tattoos, he made this custom for her. So he drafted his own magical square, and when people ask him what it's for, he just says protection. So technically we all don't know what it's for, and technically all Sak Yants are for protection. He was probably just omitting what this was actually for. However, as I continue to learn, I can break down more. The magical square that she has, we don't know what that is for, right? But the one under it with the 9 peaks, that one is known as the Yan Gao Yat. That one is about spiritual enlightenment, spiritual attainment. It's about reaching higher states and uplifting the spirit, the karma, the soul. Because of this tattoo, I assume that them paired together is something else. So basically, people like to pair the Yan Gao Yat with other tattoos or other Sak Yants because they amplify each other and they work synonymously. So that's why I think she has hers added to the bottom, because she probably ran out of space for that one. And it's also to direct the energy of the square, in my opinion. So we don't know what that square is for. That's all we know. All right, and this was my last one for the night. Tigers in Thai magical tattoos are actually really powerful entities. They symbolize power, authority. They symbolize like strength, conquering, winning. They're great for business. They're great for love. They're great for kindness. They're great for compassion. They're great for all things to deal with like finances, charisma, and winning. However, anything with a tiger design, they highly recommend that you are responsible, that you are virtuous, that you are caring. Because if you are not, the power of the tiger is very strong and it can end up corrupting someone if they don't have certain things in place. This tattoo, occasionally, certain ajans will question you because they won't say no. If you really want it, I feel like they'll do it anyways, but they'll question you and ask if you're actually ready for this yant. Because if you're not living properly, like if you're out every day getting wasted and you're just like a shitty person and you treat people like shit, they're gonna say that you shouldn't have it because all of those traits are going to essentially be amplified and then you're just going to be a huge menace. Anyways, getting back to Angelina Jolie's tattoo. Sua Liao Lang. Sua is tiger, Liao is turn, and Lang is back. So the tiger's turning back. The tiger is turning and looking over his back, which symbolizes protection from behind. The tiger is essentially watching your back. That's why they have to tattoo this one specifically on people's backs. That's why it's also on Angelina's lower back. The tiger has stealth, speed, and power. So it's really great for protection and just watching out for you and looking over you. This is great for people who have authority and respect. So if you're a boss, if you're a leader, a politician, celebrities, I guess, also count, but managers, whatever it might be, this tiger yant is helpful in winning, in shining, and in being successful overall. Okay, so I have quickly gone through all of the tattoos. Hopefully you guys liked this video. If you did, let me know. If you didn't, maybe don't let me know because I don't know if my feelings will get hurt or not yet. But I want to go get a bunch of Sak Yants next year in Thailand. I already have 2 and I've saved room on my back to like pretty much just fill it up, kind of like Angelina Jolie, except I didn't want to go with what she was going for. I want to do my own thing on my own back. I have a Sak Yant again on my back and I have one on my head. I think it's a pretty crazy experience. It definitely hurts. And when I was getting my Sak Yant on my head, I was told that I couldn't make a word and that I have to just keep my hands like this. But that's because I received a master yant on the top of my head. And so I had to be like as holy, as pious, as clear-headed and thinking as possible. I will say a lot of weird things happened after I got the Sak Yant on the top of my head. I would say I got a lot more sensitive. And I would also say that I started having a lot of paranormal activity, and that was also because I was living by the ghost temple and I was going to the ghost temple like every other day to work with the spirits there. I wasn't basically making any situation any better. But yeah, if you guys want to hear more about this stuff, let me know. Like I said, I'm still learning every single day. I definitely have more to talk about and more to teach. So if you guys liked this video, please like it, share it, please follow me, and also let me know down in the comments what you want to see.